Road to recovery, and these markets, which have not been really having a good week, as you can see. The auto sector is zooming ahead. Luxury car sales have passed others by way more than a mile as the rich keep on spending. I don't know if he's rich, but our own Adam Shapiro is at the Elite Concours Elegance Auto Show in Pebble Beach, California, and he joins us now. I really love your week, Adam.
Well, Cheryl, I'm having a little trouble hearing you, but yeah, it is an amazing show, and it's not only about cars that will sell well over several $1 million, it's also about speed, and joining us to talk about speed is Anthony Sheriff from Mclaren. They certainly know speed. Behind us, the famous F1, just one of a few of the cars that were purchased. This was actually the car originally purchased by Larry Ellison, and it's going to be for sale here at the auction, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. It's chassis number 62. There were only 100 production cars made for road and for race. This is number 62. It's a fantastic example of a silver F1.
And I'm going to have Pete Regina, our photographer, show the car. He's going to walk around it and show the interior of this vehicle. At one point, it held the speed record for a mass-produced automobile, 240 miles per hour, correct?
That's right, and 240 miles an hour you'd normally associate with a two-seater sports car, but this car is unique. It actually has 3 seats, so you can bring 2 friends, not just one.
Friends, it's a family car, and it'll sell for between $2.5 to $3.5 million at this auction, although one of these cars recently, I believe, sold for $4 million?
That's right. In October of 2008 in London, a silver F1, just like this car, sold for 2.8 million pounds, which is about $4 million.
So now the story tonight is going to be not only this automobile, but also a brand new Mclaren that's going to be for sale in 2011.
Yeah, we're going to be launching North American debut of the new Mclaren MP412C. It goes into production at the very end of this year. Will be on sale in the United States in the middle of next year. And it's a car that really brings on the heritage from the Mclaren F1. It's a carbon fiber car just like the F1, and we think it has the same purity and innovation that this car has.
You know, a lot of people talk about cars as investments. This new car coming out is going to sell for anywhere between $250,000 to $300,000?
Yeah, it'll be about around that range. So it's a lot more affordable. Affordable is a relative term than the McLaren F1. But if you look at the F1, in this context, there's some gorgeous cars from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s that are worth in the millions. There's nothing anywhere near as recent to the McLaren F1 that's worth in that. This is unique as being the only true modern classic car that holds its value.
In fact, the McLaren actually, when it came out, this would have sold for about $1 million, and now this one could sell for $4 million.
That's absolutely correct. So it's $1 million back in 1995. Sounded like a lot of money, but it's a heck of a good investment.
And $250,000, $300,000 for this new McLaren?
That's absolutely right.
All right, so last question for you. This new McLaren, 240 miles per hour or not quite as fast?
Not quite as fast, but it's a car that you can, it'll be well over 200 miles an hour, which, trust me, is plenty. But it's a car that you can drive every day. It's got innovation that comes from the Formula One team, from the McLaren Formula One team. It's a carbon fiber structure. It's 100% pure McLaren. Every component has been designed by McLaren for this car, and so it has the same purity and innovation that the McLaren F1 has.
Have advanced sales begun? Are you seeing any kind of rush for the cars, or are you concerned about the economy?
I think that we're seeing some very positive signs in the economy, but particularly when you have a product that's new, that has a lot of demand, people who have the money to spend, they really want it. And we've started to show the customers the car in Europe, in continental Europe and in the UK. We're going to be showing the car to VIP customers here in Pebble Beach, and the level of interest has been absolutely remarkable. People are enthusiastic, they understand the technology in the car, and they want it.
Anthony Sheriff from Mclaren, we thank you very much. You know, $2.5 to $3.5, maybe $4 million might be out of your budget, Cheryl, but there are definitely some bargains here. For instance, Pete, come with me a second. It's Maserati. I mean, Cheryl, it's a '54 Maserati. Okay, it's several years older than you are, but you would look great in it.
Well, thanks, Adam. I had to ask you, though, you know what I find fascinating about the reports that you've been doing today out of Pebble Beach in particular is that still in that area it's so tied to the technology sector, and it seems like they are very confident that they are going to have the customers to lay down the cash for these cars, and I think that's an interesting and hopefully positive sign, Adam. And Adam can't hear me right now. But you know what? The cars look good, don't they, folks? Rebecca and Mark were listening to me. I think Adam lost his
well, Cheryl, the other thing that you have to consider, you know, based on exactly your line of thought there is, you know, we're all talking about...
Because you've seen in this sort of faltering recovery that there's been a disparity between the haves and the have-nots, and certainly the rich and the luxury goods have been outpacing some of the sort of lesser, more sort of blue-collar stores and retailers. So, I mean, I guess there's plenty of people who go out there and shell out $4 million for Mclaren.
I guess, and Adam's finding all of them. Maybe Adam Shapiro's going to shell out a few grand. I don't know.
Yes.
All right. Well, anyway, our thanks to Adam Shapiro out in California for